Day is
Okay.
going good. Oh, we're live now.
Great.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to Lethbridge Original Voice Experience. My name's Alan Friesen. We are broadcasting to you from the ancestral home of the Blackfoot people. And my guest today is Abdulaziz. Hey, Abdulaziz. Salamu alaikum. Yeah, there it is. Salamu alaikum. Did I get it right that time? Pretty close, right?
Pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
Say it
How
once
we?
for me.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Okay, cool. So Abdulaziz is with us here. The
Yes.
purpose of this show, or the idea of this show, is we talk to people who Canada isn't their first home, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their first home and a little bit maybe sing or speak or provide some poetry for us from their native in their native tongue. So Abdulaziz, when did you where were you born? Where was your original home?
My original home was Nigeria, and then when I was I think a couple of years old, I moved to England, and then I moved back home to Nigeria. And I was there up until about 4 years ago when I came to Canada. So yeah,
Cool. And then what language was the first language that you learned?
English actually.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it was
Oh,
English. So the official language in Nigeria is English. And so the first language we pick up on is English. And so like I was speaking it from a very tender age. And like I said, I moved to England afterwards. And so like as opposed to just like even having like a regular Nigerian accent, it caught like mixed a little bit with a British tone, like a British undertone. Uh,
uh,
so yeah, I've been speaking English most of my life. It was actually harder to learn like other languages than it was to learn English because it was just like part and parcel of like growing up, right?
yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. Hey, tell us, one thing that when we chat a little bit the other day, you were talking about arts marvels and what you're doing with that. So talk to us about that a little bit.
Okay, so my dad was a movie producer. So I mean that meant that I grew up in a very like artsy environment. And even though that's not necessarily what he wanted me to pursue, I just inevitably was just like a part of that environment and from a very early age. So I'm starting, not starting, I participated in a couple movies. I did theater as a kid. I danced a lot. I did everything like you can think about art wise. And so I just got really passionate about it at some point. And when I was 13, I decided to start to relate to the community, the art community that was around me back home in Nigeria at that point. And what I quickly realized was there was a lot of talented individuals like in and around me, like very, very talented people who had never gone to one day of art training or one day of art class, and they were just like ridiculously talented. But what was sad was the fact that I knew that I was going to get the opportunity to like travel and go to school to be able to brush up on my talents. But these people were never going to get that opportunity. And it was sad because I got close to these people. So there was that relationship and there was that feel and there was empathy as well. And so I came up with this idea of building an art hub that was supposed to be a platform for to allow for any kind of artist from whatever part of the spectrum to express and develop themselves through art. And so the idea when I was coming to Canada was that I would test it out eventually to the best of my abilities and then take it back home. But then when I came to Lethbridge, I realized that the same struggles we have back home, art wise, is the same struggles that are in Lethbridge because Southern Alberta is not necessarily like huge in art. And so it turned from this thing that I wanted to test drive to an actual like organization. So we started out as a club and now we're a genuine organization and we've like put together a decent amount of partnerships and we've organized a lot of events and workshops. So essentially what we do is we host workshops and events. The workshops are supposed to be like teachable and very interactive and they allow for people to grow in their art field. And then the events are supposed to be for people to come together, mix, mingle, enjoy, express themselves, put themselves out there in whatever way they can. And then we're also starting an after school program in collaboration with some big organizations in the city to teach kids art very soon. So yeah, exciting
That's
stuff.
amazing. That's amazing. And so arts marvels, and it's about any sort of creative endeavor, right? Whether it's singing or dancing or painting, or it doesn't matter what it is, it encompasses everything, correct?
Yeah.
Everything
Yes.
creative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. And Abdulaziz, you sang a little bit for me today. You got a pretty amazing voice there, buddy. So like, you going to give me a little singing here? Give us a little song?
Yeah, for sure. I love singing. I've actually got my keyboard here if you want me to play that as well.
Perfect.
I don't know if you wanted me to sing a song from my dialect or just any song is fine.
I think both. One from your dialect and then also another one for sure. We got time for that. Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right. Let's hear it.
uh, as I've been up all night. Oh, sorry, just a second. I have to fix this a little bit. Yeah. As I've been up all night, steady thinking of different ways to impress you. And I'm not thinking right, cause I'm under pressure when a little stress too. But how much I love you, it seems to just get me through. How much I want you, it makes me glad, it makes me want. Think of those little things in between. Back to those days when we were 18. Pretend like we're in the movies and clocks. I want you, yes, I love you. I'm fully aware that we got no time. I'm thinking of ways to make you smile. You asked for assurance, so here's a sign. Because I did this for you. I did this for you, live my life up for you. I did this for you, all for you. I did this for you, give my life up for you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, na, na. Oh, darling, you should have seen me. So lost in my bedroom this evening. Writing up and tearing papers, I look so sickly a fool, completely devoid of ideas, cause you complete me. And all I really want is to find the perfect gift to show you just how much I'm so glad that you exist. And it will help a lot if you help me write a list. When she wrote, when I've been sent it out for, let's said was. Think of those little things in between. Back to those days when we were 18. Pretend like we're in the movie scene. Cause I love you, yes, I want you. I'm fully aware that we got no time. I'm thinking of ways to make you smile. You asked for assurance, so here's a sign. Because I did this for you. I did this for you, give my life up for you. I did this for you, oh for you. I did this for you, give my life up for you. I did this for you.
All right. Abdulaziz, very nice. So is that like a cover song? I'm not familiar with the song. Is that a cover song? Is that an original song?
Yeah, I wrote that myself actually. Yeah.
Did you? Very nice. You're very talented. That's excellent. That's excellent. And so you wrote that yourself, and then what have you done with that song now?
So I used to sing a lot when I was a kid, and then puberty happened. It's unfortunate that puberty coincided with me like actually writing songs, because what happened is I used to write poetry, and then one day I was like, I have all these like banging melodies in my head. I want to be able to put my poetry together with the melodies I have. But around that time, my voice cracked up and it wasn't great, so I lost a lot of confidence with regards to singing. And over during the pandemic, I decided to pick up on like learning the keyboard on my own. So I started practicing the keyboard, and then I just got like more confident and enjoyed singing a bit more. And then my voice kind of got better because of practice. And so recently, I've just been making like videos for TikTok and like Instagram and Facebook. I post my videos on those like social media platforms. And I'm hoping like in the next couple of years, like when I put together like a decent amount of songs, because I've written 25 songs now and I want to get it up to like 40 or 50, then I'll be confident enough to like go record some of these songs and then maybe put a couple of them out there.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, One thing that I, just wanted to touch on, you said you kind of lost confidence, you stopped doing it, right? And once you started again, you noted that your voice got stronger just from the use, just from doing it, right? And how is that a surprise to anybody, right? Like, people get so easily discouraged with their singing. If somebody says something in any way negative, often they just won't pursue it. They'll just stop and, but really just we need everybody's voices. We need to hear other people's voices, right? And for them to do singing, amazingly healthy, right? Incredible. Yeah.
I definitely agree. And that's why I think that like what you obviously like you're doing out here is absolutely amazing. It's giving people a chance to actually like explore themselves and put themselves like out of their comfort zone in a way that like might encourage them to do something bigger than they've ever imagined. Do you know what I mean? And I know that that's important because like for me, um, during that period where I did lose a lot of confidence, it was just a passion that kept me going. The fact that I do like singing. But if I'd found a platform like yours who was able to like, hey, just put your voice out there. It doesn't really matter if you're good or not. I feel like my confidence would have picked up a lot more faster. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this to you before. I met this woman from Iran. She was, I think, 35, and it was kind of on a music appreciation type of class that we met. And so I invited her on because in Iran, she can't sing. That's prohibited for her to sing in Iran, right, as a woman. So on the show, she came and sang some songs, and it was like a huge thing for her to have somebody else hear her voice, right? And it was such a good experience for me to just like encourage her voice, encourage her to express her voice. So that's awesome. And not unlike what you're doing with Arts Marvels, where you're encouraging people to express their creativity and express what, yeah, that's awesome. It's a beautiful thing. So we need more of it, right? No question. So
thank you so much, Evan. I appreciate it.
All right, now you're going to sing us a song. What would be your, so some songs in, wait a minute, you said English was the official language of Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So what's the second language in Nigeria? Nigerian?
No, there's actually three main languages that come second. They're like all, I guess we like to say they're all in the same place because we've got over 270 languages. So there's English, and then there's Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo, and they're the three secondary languages in Nigeria. And then afterwards comes every other language that there possibly is. Okay. So I speak Hausa because where I grew up in Nigeria is in the north, and the majority of the northerners speak Hausa. And I'm actually from the west. So my parents are Westerners, so we speak Yoruba in the west. So I learned Hausa from the environment I was in and Yoruba from my family. So yeah.
So besides those two languages and English, do you know other languages as well?
I speak a very tiny bit of French and a tiny bit of Spanish, barely enough to get me by anywhere, but it's just enough to introduce myself and like ask for directions and whatnot. But yeah, I try to brush up on like a little bit of French and Spanish when I get a chance.
Nice. So this is in Hausa, is what you're going to sing a song, or is that correct now?
No, Yoruba actually.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, so it'll be a mixture of English and Yoruba.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. There was a time when I used to chase you all around. I looked everywhere, I even looked under the ground. I did everything, but baby, I could never find you. Yeah. It was a really sad time, I was in solitude. Every single day, sadness was my only mood. Failing every single thing that I did pursue. But now it's clear, the worst I've here. Yeah, it's right in my face and staring me down. I'm ill prepared, but you're no longer here. And it's obvious that you don't care. So I swear, Timbanke, Bochopara, Fimi Sila. Yeah. Oh, Timbanke, Bochopara, Fimi Sila. Oh, Fimi Sila. Yeah. Timbaka, money Timbaka. Oh, Timbaka, Timbaka. Oh, yeah. Timbaka, Bocha Baba. Fimi Sila is obviously, oh, you don't want to be with me. Yeah, yeah.
Woo! All right. And the was it was the English and the other, it was it the same phrases that was repeated just in the two different languages, or was it different?
It was different. It was a lead up. So obviously, like the song's talking about like being left alone by someone that they really cared about. And so what I was saying in Yoruba was basically, if I'm crying, leave me alone because you obviously don't care. So just leave me to water in my tears. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. And now, is that one of your songs too?
Yes, actually, yes.
Look at you. You're multi-talented. Did you say you have 25 songs that you've written? Is that what you said?
Yeah, about over 25 now.
Over 25. Nice. Nice. Excellent. So you're just going to like launch your own recording studio? Is that your plan, or just
No,
all original your stuff?
the thing about me and my passions is like I've learned something about myself is that like when I really take on a passion, it becomes work and I enjoy it less and I put a lot more pressure on myself. So with music, I really want to enjoy it for the rest of my life. And so I'm going to put less pressure on it. For me, it's like a plan D career wise. Like I
Yeah.
will do it, I will put it out there, I will enjoy myself with it, but I'm never going to make it become work. Right.
That's a
So
beautiful insight, right? You're doing it because you enjoy doing it. If in fact it morphs into something more, that's okay. But just the fact of engaging with it and doing with it is a beautiful life affirming experience for you, right? So,
that's basically it. So yeah, I with um obviously like every now and then when I get a chance for arts marbles, I try to put myself out there, but it's not mostly for me. I try to make sure everyone else's voice is heard, just like you are doing. Everyone else's voice is heard first before I put myself out there. When I get the opportunity, I know we had an event. We had an event about 2 weeks ago, and during that event, we had an open mic, and I'd waited for everyone else to go on for the open mic, and then afterwards, when I knew that I could have the opportunity, I went there to perform a little bit. So yeah.
excellent. Excellent. Yeah. And you know what, for you and I, singing is important. For other people, it's less so, right? They have a different way to express their creativity. But man, I got to tell you, like singing for me, for my emotional and physical and spiritual health is like the best practice I've ever engaged in, right? And it's just like I loved it. I stopped doing it because I thought it was impractical, right? There was no goal that it was trying to fulfill. So I stopped doing it for a number of years and then started to say, hey, I love singing. Singing is very enjoyable. It doesn't matter how good you are, just to do it because it's enjoyable for you, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, well, you said something is really important there that you see for a while you thought it was impractical. And I've heard that over a million times, like especially in Southern Alberta, and which is weird to me because you would think that like we have all the resources to give people that leverage to feel like it is practical and they can make a career out of what they enjoy, but it just doesn't happen. But I do really want to know though. So you sing then? Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I sing every day I go and I sing for about an hour, just a cappella. And just like this, stream it on Facebook and YouTube. And yeah, so it's just something that for me, I whatever level I'm at, if I'm like 82% of my best when I start, I'm like 99 by the time I'm done singing an hour. Like it feels so good and so life affirming for me. Yeah, it's an incredible experience for me. So
Are you gonna sing me a song as well then?
sure, yeah, you bet. Do you like blues type style stuff, or are you good with blues?
Yeah, that's mostly what like I write blues, R&B, pop. That's mostly kind of music I write.
Okay, well, I learned this from John Fogerty, but it was probably something from like the 1920s Delta blues is what it is. But let me try this. I love this song. Way out here in the cotton, sun beating down so hard, Sweat rolling up for this shovel, digging in the devil's boneyard. I sure like a cool drink of water, a soft rag to soothe my face. I sure like a woman to talk to in this place. It's 110, 110 in the shade. Going way down. Mama, won't you carry me? Handle so hot I can't stand it. Might shrivel up and blow away. Noonday sun make you crazy. At least that's what the old men say. Bottom land hard as a gravestone. I couldn't cut it with an axe. Gonna lay me down right here, and that's a fact. It's 110, 110 in the shade. Going way down. Mama, won't you carry me? Or sometimes late in the evening, everything is quiet and still. I sit here and think about leaving. Lord, I guess I never will. Heartache down in that city, bright lights scare me anyway. A short like a woman to talk to in this place. It's 110, 110 in the shade, going way down. Mama, won't you carry me? Mama, won't you carry me? Thanks.
That was amazing. Is that like, what's the name of the artist you said?
John Fogerty is who I learned that song from. He's the guy from Creedence Clearwater Revival. If you've ever heard of that, it's CCR. That's like real, about 40 years before you were born, something like that.
Fair enough. It sounds really good though. Honestly, like, I know that a lot of my peers don't like listen to music like from back in the day and whatnot, and they don't listen to a lot of blues, but like I love that kind of music because for me it's like they didn't have a lot to work with back then, and so to be able to put together like some of the things that they did, just absolutely breathtaking. So yeah, that was amazing.
And it's kind of like, it's sort of very minimalistic, right? It's a voice is all it is, right? And it's a voice that you're trying to express emotions and pain, right? That's kind of what you're trying to do with it. So anyways, a whole bunch of fun doing that. So yeah.
It's always amazing to sing and to hear other people sing, and yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
And for me, you're a songwriter as well. The lyrics are important. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like when I listen to music, which is one of the reasons I don't listen to stuff in the especially like modern day hip hop. I definitely do not like, yeah, I stay away from it as best as I can, because when I listen to an artist and I hear lazy lyrics, that's what I call them, lazy lyrics, because you should be able to do better. It's totally different if you went in and did a little freestyle and came out. That's different. But if you sat down, took your time and put together lazy lyrics, I don't appreciate that, because yeah, there's a lot of people working out there to try and like make sure their craft is worth it, not just for themselves, but for the people who listen to it. So you should do a little bit better with like making sure the lyrics are as good as possible.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. There's some so beautiful chunks of lyrics. Like there's a song I love called Sunny. It's by Bobby Hebb from 1966. And in the third verse, it has a piece of lyric that goes like this: my life was torn like a wind-blown sand, but a rock was formed when you held my hand. That's pretty beautiful lyrics right there. That's pretty damn nice. So yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
What is about listening to a lot of like music like that is sometimes you can anticipate like where the lyrics are going, just because like you can feel that's what I appreciate most in music with people who write good music. It's like you can feel the emotions the person is trying to convey, and so you can almost start to like complete the person's sentences even before they can, and that's when you actually like share you share a genuine relativity with the artist you're listening to at that point. Like there's almost some kind of like connection, and yeah, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hey, I don't know if you think this way, but I certainly do. The world has got way too much disconnection. We need way, way more connection, like with other people and internally with ourselves too. Like, disconnection internally is disease, right? And disconnection with others is social bad is a bad social condition, is what I'm trying to say. So we need the connection. So
I, I,
yeah,
I agree. You
yeah,
should. You see that in Lethbridge as well. With the
yes,
artist community, one of the things I found out here is yes, there is more of an artist community that there was like a few years ago, which is amazing. But everyone is in these isolated groups, like in spurts, everywhere. No genuine connection. And that's one of the things I want to do with Art Bubbles. We're trying to build a database that like a huge database in the form of a website that puts together every single artist that you can find in Lethbridge and probably in Southern Alberta on one website, and so that you'll be able to reach out to any of the artists you need at any point, and we can just become this huge community that people can look to and see the practicality in what we're actually trying to do, as opposed to say, oh, that's fun what you guys are doing, but I don't see it going anywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah.
so if there's some artists watching, we got to wrap this up in 4 minutes. But if there's an artist watching and wants to kind of share, wants to connect with other people about expressing their art, whatever that is, if they draw cartoons, if they write songs, if they dance, whatever medium they have, whatever way to express it, they should be in touch with you, right?
They should. They absolutely should. We love working with people. We love engaging in new ideas. We love creating new community like platforms and whatnot. So they should absolutely reach us. Like you can message us on Instagram, send us an email. I don't really care what. Just send us a message, and I would absolutely love to do something and work together to create the visions that you want to create.
Awesome. That's great. Well, thanks so much for coming on and joining me here. That was fun. And if you know somebody else that we should recruit for this, let me know. Okay. So, we need more guests to keep this rolling, and going to be the same kind of experience you had. Come on, talk to us a little bit, sing a little bit of songs. That's awesome. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, you coming on and spending some time here.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me, Ellen. I look forward to it, and I'll absolutely let you know. I talk to my friends about this because this is exciting for me, and I'm pretty sure they'll be excited by it too. And I will let you know as soon as I get someone interested. All right.
Awesome.